Hi everybody, I hope you like the intro as much as I liked putting it together. Well, as you already know, I'm going to talk to you about my favorite CMS LMS Joomla. LMS Learning Management System, CMS Content Management System, pretty much the same thing. Joomla is open source. What does that mean exactly? Well, according to Beal, open source means that it's software that's available free and the core files are available to access and are editable. This is a very big advantage and strength because it means that you can pretty much make any modification you want, at least based on your knowledge and experience. I've been using Joomla for about 8 years now, and I've used it to create many sites because of its flexibility. Joomla should really be seen as a flexible framework used to build upon, instead of an out-of-the-box solution that requires a simple configuration here and there. That, by the way, is from About Joomla. As for accessibility, according to accessibility statement, Joomla is WCAG 1.0 Priority 2 and Section 508 compliant. These are standards for online accessibility, which Joomla complies 100%. As for usability, Joomla takes care of some major issues that usability expert Dr. Jacob Nielsen addresses. For example, font sizes, anything that looks like an advertisement even though it isn't, and more, detracts from the overall usability of a site. This is by Nielsen, by the way. Joomla takes care of these issues and of course allows for additional tweaking because of access to the core files. Again, this is by About Joomla. As for Joomla sustainability, the over 200,000 open source community releases updates and upgrades very frequently, and in addition, Joomla is very scalable and can grow as the needs are placed upon it grow. Again, this is by About Joomla and core features. Now, let's talk about the topic at hand, which is how Joomla will do in an educational context. In other words, its applicability. In other words, does it qualify as a learning management system? As I've said before, Joomla is a framework, so think of it as a foundation you can build on. If you want to use Joomla as an LMS, you have a couple of options. Seek out a vendor, also known as a partner, and buy a ready-made solution along with a support plan, or do it yourself. Let's talk about the first option, which is to go to a Joomla partner and get a ready-made solution. This is a relatively easy process, and you can have the partner do all the setting up, configuration, and hosting. So all you'd have to do would be to create the courses. For example, according to Hetzovich, all an institution has to do is to have a Joomla LMS partner set up everything and have a robust LMS ready to go. They can even help with course creation and IT support. Of course, the more configuration one wants, the more the cost is going to be. Makes sense? Just because open source is free is no reason to think that everything about it is free, and this is so true. So the question is, just how much does it actually cost? According to Timothy, some costs can be as high as $100,000 per 3-year period, including another $20,000 or so for server setup fees and so forth. So as you can see, the cost can really add up. Now, what if you go the DIY or do-it-yourself route? Well, first of all, you'll have to install everything separately, such as forums, test generators and grading, blogs, instant messaging, and so forth. And let's not forget testing and troubleshooting. And this is according to Kerr. Of course, let's not forget training and professional development. At this point, you'll need a dedicated IT team that'll not only get everything up and running, but also be available to help. So as you can see, the costs and resources can go up quite fast, especially if it's an institution with thousands of users. So, as you can see, this can also be viewed as a major weakness. Of course, according to Joomla partner Hetzovich, support plans can be purchased to alleviate IT problems and training. The question remains though, how do you actually set up Joomla with all these components if you're taking the DIY route? This is where the JED or the Joomla extension directory comes in. According to Joomla extensions directory, there are thousands of extensions in the form of components, modules, and plugins that you can either use free or pay in order to install into Joomla and expand its functionality. Now, the difference among components, modules, and plugins is the level of functionality they offer. For example, plugins can be as simple as taking care of just one thing like CAPTCHA. Modules and components can take care of articles, blogs, and more. However, they're all considered extensions. This is the strength of Joomla because there are so many extensions that you can easily find something that will suit your needs. And the greatest part is that these two are open source, so you can custom tailor them and add added functionality. Now I'm going to show you how simple it is to install Joomla. As you'll see, it's only 4 steps, but there are a couple of things you'll have to do before you start the setup. You'll need to go into your host and create a database. This is a very simple step, and hosts have simplified this process where all you have to do is click on a few buttons and a database is automatically created, just like that. You'll need the info such as hostname, etc. later on in order to input that into Joomla. Okay, let's begin. First, you'll have to upload the Joomla files using FTP, which stands for File Transfer Protocol, which is a way to upload and download files faster than through a browser. Here, of course, I'm using open source FileZilla. Once you upload the files, open up a browser and head on over to your domain. And you'll see this page asking you to fill out some basic information, such as site name and email address, and so forth. Then, you go to the database configuration. And this is where you'll input the info from your host. It's a simple matter of just copying and pasting. Then you'll be asked if you want to install any sample data or just do a bare bones installation. Sample data can help you with pre-made articles and can save you some time by helping you to organize your work. Finally, after the installation is done, you'll be asked to delete the installation. Now, this is very important. You cannot go beyond this step until you click on the button, because then anybody could simply do a reinstallation and take over your site. That's it. So this is what you'll see once you've installed Joomla. As you can see, it's pretty basic, but gives you a nice foundation to work on. Now, here comes the design part. What if you want a nice design with some cool features? This is where a template comes in. A template is a design that changes the overall look and feel of a Joomla site and even adds functionalities such as homepage, picture sliders, and so forth. In order to get a template, you head on over to a site that sells templates and get one. The way to install it is the same way you install any extension, which is to log into the back end, go into Manage, and upload your file. Once you've uploaded your file and installed the template, you go into the front end of the site, do a refresh, and voila! It's as simple as that. At this point, you can go back and alter the design and change whatever you want, because just like Joomla, templates are editable. Remember, we're always dealing with open source here, and of course templates have to have that added flexibility to make it conform to the intended use. With all of this flexibility, it's very easy to integrate an ISD project into Joomla. The fact that you can use video, text, graphics, and pictures, even photo albums, makes Joomla a tremendous resource. In addition, according to Hightower, Pestle, Coppernoll, Jahedkar, and Dooley, you can address different learning modalities because of Joomla's powerful multimedia capabilities. So folks, there you have it. I've only scratched the surface here with Joomla. It's possible to do so many other things. Why not give it a try? You will not regret it, I promise you that. There are tons of tutorials and documentation online to help you get started. So why not give it a try? Seriously, what's holding you back? Go for it. Till next time, take care, and thank you so much for taking the time to view my little presentation here. Bye-bye.